What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. So let's get right into it. There really is no beating around the bush in this video. Let me get right into it. So why does it take Florida so long with their concealed weapons license process? Now, some people might be wondering this because they've had to wait 80, 90 days before even getting accepted or denied. And they might be thinking to themselves, why on earth is it taking so long? Well, let me explain. So back in 2012, around that time frame, when Florida made it easier for people to get their concealed weapons license, a lot of people started trying to go get their licenses. And as you can imagine, that created such a large influx that the Department of Agriculture pretty much got swamped. Not a lot of people were getting answers, and it was taking months and months and months on end. And eventually, to help avoid people waiting forever for the concealed weapons licenses, they made it to where if the Department of Agriculture doesn't give you an answer within 90 days on whether or not you're approved or denied, they automatically have to issue you your concealed weapons license. Now, some people are sitting there thinking to themselves, why 90 days? That's a pretty long time frame. And yeah, I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I mean, 90 days is ridiculous. And I've met people who unfortunately have had to wait the 90 days. Long story short, though, is simply that Florida, generally speaking, doesn't take too long with their concealed weapons license process. However, it can sometimes be a bit lengthy. It can be a bit tedious. And truth be told, yes, some people have had to wait the whole 90 days before their permits have been issued. It sucks. I hear you, but there's nothing you can really do about it. Now, for just for a personal reference, or just so you guys can see at least what I had to deal with, when I applied for my concealed weapons license, it was December 3rd, 2024. That's right, I didn't go and apply for it until then. Now, I, being very impatient, because what will happen is you will get a packet with a tracking number. You're going to put that tracking number in on the website, and boom, you will get at least an answer on whether or not you've been denied or accepted. So, me being impatient, I was checking it after like day 5. I was like, yo, I cannot wait any longer. I need to know what's going on with it. And then day 8 rolls around, and day 8, so we're talking December 11th, I got approved. Sweet. Awesome. That completely made my day, as you guys can imagine. I didn't think it would get to me as quick as it did. Now, of course, I get it. We're talking about the Department of Agriculture that is within Florida. Of course, I live in Florida, so I'm expecting it to not be too long. However, I've also heard people saying that they waited a couple of weeks after they got accepted before they even got it. So I didn't want that to be the case, and I had no idea whatsoever when it was going to come in. I was actually at work when my wife had texted me and said, hey, your concealed weapons license came in the mail. I was like, what? For real? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, sweet, you're going to bring it to me when I get off work. So that's, that was always good. But a lot of people think that me saying I only had to wait 11 days before it was physically in my hands means that you will only have to wait 11 days, or that everybody else will only have to wait 11 days. And unfortunately, that's not the case. However, though, playing devil's advocate, the 90-day period doesn't also mean that you will have to wait 90 days. There are some people who have had to wait the 90 days. There are some people who haven't had to wait it. There are some people who have had to wait a very short amount of time. Some people who have had to wait the full 90 days and didn't even get an answer then. So the state automatically had to issue their license. That's just how it is, guys. A lot of people think that it's just that Florida wants to take forever with issuing it. I can at least say from our state's laws and the requirements to get your concealed weapons license that I don't think that's true at all. However, I can say, though, that government workers, more times than not, are incompetent. They don't do their job correctly. So what else can you really expect from it? But with that being said, I do think that about wraps it up for this video. I kind of wanted to clear up this somewhat of a myth. I mean, again, Florida can take their time with it. However, it's not like you're going to be waiting anywhere near as long as, say, something like New York, California, places like that when it comes to their concealed weapons licenses. And Florida is like a breeze compared to them. So yeah, you might think, hey, yeah, it's taking a good while here. However, I just did want to spread that information, just put that out there and make you guys realize that, yeah, it can be a bit lengthy, but it's not really the worst. But with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all in. Whether or not you agree with me about my thoughts in this video, I mean, this really isn't a whether or not you agree with me video. However, I do want your guys' thoughts. Go ahead and comment them down below. Make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.